And the performance of the Star-Spangled Banner by Linda Lynn. We are happy to have you with us tonight for the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. DA will join us tonight on the sideline. Home court advantage goes to the Warriors playing here at the Oracle Arena. And David Aldridge is standing by for our pregame report. David, good evening.
Well, Kevin, Klay Thompson continues to be happy with his role on the Warriors. He said winning is so much fun. It's one thing to put up numbers, and it's another to sacrifice and be on the best team in the NBA. I'll take the latter every time. At the end of the day, people are going to remember championships. That's what it's all about. That's absolutely right. Kevin?
Thanks, David. That's the mindset you have to have. In the end, winning titles should be the ultimate goal. Clark, we're seeing some dominant play by both these teams, and it may be a preview of the postseason.
I tell you what, with the way both of these teams are playing, you could be exactly right, Kevin. I mean, games like this mean a little bit more than others when you're going against an opponent that's on par with where you are and where you want to go.
So the Rockets win the tip. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. And so in the game for the Rockets. Filling out the wings, it's Harden and Ariza. Anderson is down low with Capella. And it's Paul in at the point guard. Rockets on defense. Curry passes to Thompson. And that one, no good to start him off on the night. Paul with the ball. Screen by Capella. Paul kicks to Capella. Ariza outside. Harden against Thompson. Capella sends a screen for Harden. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two.
You know, what's astounding to me about Harden in his play last year was how he transformed himself, and it actually goes back to a conversation he had with Mike D'Antoni. He basically told Harden, I need you to be the point guard. And he's adjusted nicely to that role in Mike D'Antoni's high-octane offense.
And he makes the first. With Harden, something clearly just clicked for him in his offensive game and scheme. Led his team in scoring, in assists, and rebounding. Did all that while playing fewer minutes than the year before.
And I think a lot of that you have to attribute to him embracing Mike D'Antoni's request for him to play point guard. I mean, he put up numbers you simply don't see in the NBA. And last season was clearly one of the great seasons in NBA history. Solid trip from the line right there, knocked him down, and it was easy.
Pachulia with the screen on Paul. There's the dish to Pachulia. 6 to shoot. Harden against Thompson. Over Harden. Again, the miss by Thompson.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Pass to Anderson. Here's the three. Good, and Paul gets the assist.
And, you know, throughout his career, Anderson has stroked it well from distance. So confident from behind the arc.
About a minute and a half through the first quarter. Curry against Paul. Green with a screen for Curry. From deep. And again, it's the Warriors missing. Harden kicks to Capella. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. Well, Swiss center Clint Capella is up there as one of the most efficient players in the league. He's only 22, but he's efficient mostly because all his shots come right at the basket, right on the doorstep. Last season, he finished near the top of the league, in fact, in field goal percentage.
And for a while, he was leading the league, if I recall correctly, Kevin. Capella knows who he is, what he's about, and what his team needs from him. So he finishes off his chances that are created by guards penetrating. Not flashy, but very effective.
one is off.
Well, I tell you what, it's really impressive how Capella has improved his role so quickly, Kevin. I mean, he's a starting caliber center known for his defense, but continues to make strides on offense, too.
West is checked in for Pachulia. Good on the second free throw.
And the Warriors bringing back the band coming into this season. Durant took $9 million less than the max. That enabled them to bring back every big-time contributor from their 2017 championship roster.
Now here's Durant. Shot off the screen. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
And Durant has just such a fluid release. Very efficient shooting the ball from that mid-range.
Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. And Curry the bucket on the assist by Durant. Curry's got his first points in this one.
And that's such good work to make this a one-possession game. Terrific steal to get it all started.
Capella right through the D for the layup.
And the Warriors not just re-signing their own free agents, they went out and got some other guys. Omri Caspi and Swaggy P. Hard to believe, but they might be even better than last year.
Here's Curry after Clint Capella's bucket. A shot by Thompson, and no one's around. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Durant against Ariza. In the corner, Harden. Capella sets a screen for Harden. Back to Ariza from the arc. It's good. The assist that time from Harden.
Got to respect the long-range shooting of Ariza now. A capable shooter from downtown. Watch out.
Curry outside. Bangs home the trifecta. Curry's got 5 points so far.
And that's how you answer back.
Exactly, Greg. I mean, go right back at him. Show him you can shoot from outside all night long. Boy, that's a devastating miss there. You got to convert on these easy layups deep inside.
And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, picked by West. Curry dishes to Durant. And the Warriors get it back. Another shot. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops.
Really strong rebounding on the interior, and he gets the easy putback.
Paul kicks to Anderson. Back to Paul. Capella sets a screen for Paul. Screen by Capella. Shot clock at 2 over Durant. Second chance shot, and Capella with a nice bucket inside. Capella's got his second bucket of the night.
Love how Capella stays alert on the offensive board, creating second chance opportunities thanks to that activity.
Thompson passes to Curry. Green, the screen. And Thompson kicks to Curry. Buries the long-range jumper. 8 points for him. 1:12 left in the first quarter of the game. And Houston calls their first timeout of the game. Well, you just watch the way that Klay Thompson shoots, and you're surprised when the ball doesn't go in. Different look here for the Warriors. Andre Iguodala is checked in for West. Young comes in for Kevin Durant. McCaw, he's checked in for Thompson. And it's Livingston in for Steph Curry. Houston with a big group substitution here. Nene, he's checked in for Capella. And Bahamute comes in for Ryan Anderson. P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Trevor Ariza. And Gordon subbed in for James Harden.
From that area of the court, he's automatic. I mean, the mid-range jumper is and always will be Chris Paul's shot.
Now, here is Young. There's 39 seconds left to play in the first quarter. No good that time. Outside, Gordon feeds it to Paul. Nene, the screen. Paul dishes to Nene. He kicks it to Gordon. A three ball kept alive. And the shot's good from Nene.
Look at the intensity of Nene, one of the strongest guys in the game. Phenomenal at scoring the ball inside.
Livingston passes to McCaw. And there's the feed to Young. Shoots over Tucker. And so the first quarter is in the books. Rockets ahead, up 5. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Oracle Arena in Oakland, California. And the basketball bloodlines of Klay Thompson. He tells us how his father and brother have become so involved with his success.
Dad always watches more film than me. And I watch film too, not saying I don't. But they're both fans and they have a huge passion for the game. That's why they're still around it.
Yeah, you know, it's great to have that blend of support and competitiveness around you really your whole life.
Yeah, you can try to put a little something over on your coaches from time and again, even your teammates maybe, but family, they'll check you every time.
All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And looking at what we've seen from Houston, what do you guys think?
Hustling on that offensive glass, that's led to a number of second chance points.
And we know energy and effort go hand in hand, and they won't be denied playing with a bunch of energy, easily coming up with those offensive rebounds too.
Livingston is out there with McCaw. Then there's Nick Young. Then there's Pachulia. And it's Iguodala in at the force line. So that's the group out there for Golden State. Nene down low. Pachulia covering. For 3, Gordon. Clark, as an analyst, do you feel you view the game drastically different from when you were in your playing days in college and the NBA?
Yeah, you know what, Kevin, I really do, because I've benefited from the different coaches we've had a chance to visit with over the years, and that's added to my perspective. And you tend to look at things differently when you're playing. I was always a student of the game, but clearly I think I've become a lot more analytical as an analyst, if that makes any sense.
Yes. And the Rockets with possession here after the Warriors pick up 3. Nene with the screen on Iguodala. Here is Mbamute, and they come right back with their own three-pointer. Mbamute has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Iguodala outside. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime-dropping delights is what I call it.
Yeah, that's a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yep, he's on the money, that's no doubt. And so it's Houston with it. For Houston, they've gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Outside Gordon. Pass to Paul. The 11-footer. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 of 3 so far.
You know, Chris Paul is one of the outstanding scoring point guards of this or any other era, for that matter. He's just a guy who knows how to get it done.
Now here's Iguodala. Livingston kicks to Pachulia. Over Nene. A reverse. And Pachulia with the lay-in. Good. Pachulia's got it all tied up now for the Warriors.
And you just hate to give up those second chance points.
Yeah, those are back crushers. I mean, they really crack your back when you give teams second shots like that.
Here's Nene, and the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
And that's a tough one, but on those illegal screen calls, the defender's never going to get the benefit of the doubt.
Those are facts, man. I mean, if he's sliding his feet just a skosh, the refs are going to whistle him for it.
Catching up on the changes for Golden State. Kevin Durant comes in for Young. Steph Curry is subbed in for McCaw. And then for Houston, Anderson, he's checked in for P.J. Tucker. And it's James Harden in for Paul. And we all know that Mike D'Antoni is one of the most respected offensive minds in basketball. You look at his coaching tree, and there are branches all over the NBA. he has a lot of respect from his peers.
I mean, when you have sustained success like D'Antoni has had, the respect comes with that track record of success. D'Antoni has a great working relationship with a lot of other coaches as well.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Guys, Kevin Durant is a unique player. Ron James said he's a 7-footer with 6-foot ball handling skills, a jump shot, and athleticism. It's never been done in our league. Never had a guy that's 7 foot and can do all that, so it sets him apart. Kevin, I'm 6 feet tall, and I can broadcast.
You can, and you can write, and by the way, you're in the Hall of Fame. D.A., thank you. Here's Iguodala. James Harden picking up that last basket. Foul on the play, basket counts, so it'll be a 3-point play chance.
Yeah, terrific play right there. Great strength to finish through the contact.
That's exactly how it should be done. Get the bump, concentrate on the shot, and you'll get the bucket too.
And let's take a moment here to get your guys' take on scoring so far for the Warriors.
Guys, they are dialed in from beyond right now. They didn't waste any time getting into a groove in this game.
The other thing they've had going for them tonight is their passing. I mean, doing a nice job.
lanes.
Plenty of their points early on coming off assists.
The free throw drops for Iguodala.
And for the last few seasons, we've seen where Andre Iguodala's role on offense has diminished. You know, he still contributes, but tends to defer a bit more there. And one thing you can say, though, defensively, still at an elite level in terms of his versatility. Well executed, great rhythm. You've got to finish that one.
Agree with you there, partner, because that screen really freed him up nicely, and that's a shot. If you're a pro, you need to make that one.
Perhaps, Greg, the biggest asset Iguodala brings to a team is his ability to defend.
I mean, he just has great timing for when to go for the steal. I mean, he can still move his feet well and can guard anybody, but the versatility to guard point guards to power forwards is something that makes him special.
And here is Iguodala after Eric Gordon hit the three. Here's Harden. It's good. It's his second basket. He's shooting 2 for 4.
And Harden continues to work on his defense. It is a work in progress, but showing a bit of an edge on this end of the floor now. I like it.
Now here's Curry. 11 points in the game. Pass to Durant. Picked by West. Elbow shot. And the shot falls short this time. They time it right, they can end this quarter with a 2 for 1.
And that's how you want to end the quarters.
Here's Harden, and the jam by Harden.
And I think one of the things understated about Harden, he's a great athlete. I mean, he can rise and bounce. He's strong. He's quick. He can easily punch it on you when he gets to the rim.
And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
Yeah, and those illegal screens have really become a point of emphasis for the officials.
And it seems like they've been more than willing to crack down on those. Makes it tough to get as physical as you'd like to out there.
And the Warriors making a change here. Green's checked in. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. And here's Gordon. Capella with a screen on Thompson. 5 to shoot. Screen by Capella. There's Gordon with the 3. Tries again. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Rockets lead by 3. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Alongside Steve Kerr and Coach, what is the offensive approach going to be in the second half?
Well, we just have to do what we do, move the ball and wear them down with our ball movement, our cutting, and our spacing, and set better screens, all the usual stuff.
Yeah, it always seems to work out for you in the long run. Thanks, Steve. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow right here on 2K Sports.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again,
Sponsored
y'all.
by
Ernie Johnson
Nike.
here with Shaq and Kenny the Jet. Welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Houston came ready to play. amped up and ready off the tip. They immediately went on an 11-4 run. Looking at Houston, Kenny, what did you see from them?
You can see where the priorities are. Rebounding, and then more rebounding. They made a concerted effort to get the glass clean.
Shaq, what are your thoughts on Golden State?
I think they let the game come to them, but they haven't got to the foul line enough, Ernie. That's an area where they're getting beat. I like to see them press to action a little bit more.
That about wraps it up. Time now for the second half of the game. We go to Kevin Harlan for the call.
Welcome back, everyone. The second half about to get underway, and it's been a close one so far. One guy who's been getting it done so far, Stephen Curry.
And I loved in that first half that they were patient, looked for good shots, and knocked them down.
Yeah, I liked how they took the initiative. They were really locked into what they wanted, not letting the defense dictate their shot selection.
And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first two quarters. And so it's Golden State with it. They trail by 3. And you ask any Houston fan who the greatest player in the history of their franchise is, and they all say Hakeem Olajuwon. Clark, you played against Olajuwon. Just how great a player was he? And what does he mean to this Rockets franchise today?
Boy, he was special. A first ballot Hall of Famer, brought the only titles in franchise history to the Rockets, and could do everything you want from a big guy. Graceful, strong, a presence defensively and on the glass, unselfish. They called him Hakeem the Dream for good reason. That dude was a dream to play with and a nightmare for opponents.
So on the floor for Houston, the two pillars of this team, Chris Paul and Harden, are the 1 and the 2. Ariza and Anderson holding down the forward spots. And it's Capella in at the 5, home in the paint. And for those of you tuning in, we're about a minute into the second half. Paul kicks to Capella. Back to Paul. Lob pass to Capella. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. The basket counts and 1. They'll go to the line with a chance to make it a 3-point play.
3 for 3, and that's always a good way to start the second half.
The Warriors have made their only other free throw attempt today in an earlier trip to the line. That free throw good from Thompson. Clark, when you watch a team that's clicking on offense, what are some of the smaller things, the small details that are setting them apart?
Well, a couple of things. One is solid screen setting. That's huge because that's an unselfish act when you set a screen to get somebody else open. Then ball movement, being willing to go past a good opportunity for a next pass best opportunity. I think the Golden State Warriors do that as well as any team in basketball. The extra pass, sharing the ball, and giving themselves up for each other.
Now Curry. Trevor Ariza missing from long range. Curry gets to Durant. Second chance shot, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Yeah, sure. I mean, it's hard to avoid fouling Durant, but the problem is he hits nearly 90% of his free throws for his career.
The Warriors shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
Yeah, and 79% from the line as a team a season ago. Pretty reliable in that regard.
That free throw good from Durant.
And when you watch the Warriors, one thing that just jumps out is their passing. Everyone on this team, they allow the ball to dictate where it goes. Just unselfish to a fault.
Looking at who's out there now for the Rockets. Nene, he's checked in for Capella. And Bahamute comes in for Anderson. And it's P.J. Tucker in for Trevor Ariza. Durant hits them both. And the Warriors last year averaging right around 30 assists a game as a team. Greg, just a huge number, and they led the league in that regard by a wide margin.
Yeah, the passing they do is what they purpose as well. And I really feel like they have the highest collective basketball IQ in the game. I mean, they get a lot of free points off backdoor cuts or leak outs, and that's all because of their ball movement and awareness as a group.
Here's Green, and the layup falls. And the Warriors lead by 6.
Really active down there, imposing his will and force and seeing his efforts pay off.
Paul dishes to Harden. To end the run, and 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And Golden State gets called for the foul. Well, across the board last season, James Harden, Greg, saw his numbers jump through the roof, but he showed improvement both in his defensive engagement as well as his rebounding. Not something that a lot of us saw coming.
Yeah, that's a good point. And with Harden, I think the rebounding is the really surprising number. Went from being an average rebounding guard to a great one the last few seasons. He's been showing more of a dedication to all aspects of the game.
And he knocks down the first one.
You really got to appreciate how smart Harden is. Incredible at changing pace and gears quickly. Keeps the defense very much off balance.
Catching up on the changes for Golden State, Andre Iguodala is checked in for Pachulia. Young comes in for Kevin Durant. Patrick McCaw, he's checked in for Klay Thompson. And it's Livingston in for Steph Curry. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. And last year, one of the bigger surprises in the NBA, the Houston Rockets.
And remember, absent Dwight Howard, a lot of people thought maybe they're going to take a step back. And in the year where several other super teams in the league kind of took a step forward, the Rockets were able to hold their own. The team has a system that works, and they have bought into it. And top to bottom, they've been making smart decisions.
Here's Tucker after the Warriors pick up 3. Nene kicks to Paul. The Rockets with another miss. Warriors leading by 7. McCaw, the pass to Iguodala. Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. Young's shot is off. Rockets have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. And there's the foul. It'll go on P.J. Tucker. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
Excellent example of toughness and physicality on defense. Got his nose right in the middle of things and made a play.
David West, he's checked in for Golden State. And a switch here also for Houston. Gordon's checked in. Now here's West. Over Nene. Bounces high off the rim and drops. And the Warriors lead by 9.
And West, a knockdown mid-range shooter. You just assume it's going in whenever it leaves his hands.
Tucker dishes the ball. Over Young. And Paul gets it to go in. Paul's got 6.
And just enough wiggle room to get off his shot.
Yeah, I like the quick release, Greg. He does a nice job getting it up quickly, especially when he's facing a bigger defender.
Now, here is Young. 6 points for him. They shoot again, and the whistle blows, so a chance here for a 3-point play.
How about that one? Able to maintain control and finish the play.
Yeah, we call that playing through the whistle. You know, he didn't give up on it when he heard the whistle. He kept his focus, his concentration, and he found a way to get the shot up and down.
And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Warriors.
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. They've been in attack mode on the defensive end.
Something that's also benefited them tonight are the turnovers they've forced and the points that have come along with those forced turnovers.
Free throw good, Livingston. And Clark, just how important to a team is it to have a veteran presence on it? Like, how did the vets on the Pacers help you when you were a rookie or young player in the league?
You know what? I think it's invaluable, Kevin. I was a 21-year-old rookie. I left after my junior year at Ohio State. And veteran players, Herb Williams had been there a year or two, and guys like Billy Knight and George Johnson, Butch Carter were around. And having those guys talk about what it takes, and we were a very young team and had young veterans, but still they were invaluable in terms of giving you an example of how to go about your business to be successful as a pro. And you know, Kevin, there is no question about what this Rockets team wants to do. Shoot threes and drive it to the goal. Last in the league in mid-range jumpers by a long shot.
So it's the Rockets now. It's a 10-point game. And to give some more data on the Rockets and their threes, about 46% of their shots last season were from beyond the arc.
Yeah, and you know what? The Rockets are a firm believer in advanced analytics, which tilt the balance towards the three-point shot. And that's been a real driving force for why this team values the three as much as they do. And just another side note, that was an NBA record in terms of three-point shooting volume by the Rockets last season.
Here's Green after Eric Gordon's bucket. Nice job coming off that screen. Green's got the lead up to 10 now for the Warriors.
Well, he knew how many inches he had over the guy. I mean, let's face it, good decision to just rise up and take the jump shot.
Over to the wing. Here's Livingston. Rebounded by Capella. Capella's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Iguodala with the steal. There's 25 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. McCaw misses. Rockets trail by 10. In the corner, it's Gordon. Kicks it to Tucker. He feeds it to Paul with 4 seconds on the clock. Almost, but it rolls out.
And there was no effort on behalf of the defense. None. I mean, the shooter has to be upset with himself for missing that shot.
And so it's the Golden State Warriors with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. A lot of good shots. Back right after this. Now let's listen in to head coach Steve Kerr.
Get a couple stops, we get a couple runouts, we get into our flow, all right? Keep the ball moving, keep the intensity.
Steve Kerr asking his guys just to keep up the pace, playing selfishly, basically be yourself, stay in character.
Yeah, I mean, he knows what this team is capable of. Just looking for a couple of plays to really kind of kickstart that engine and give them that little sustainable groove.
Hello and thanks for joining us, folks. The fourth quarter of play getting started. It's the core of the Warriors out there with Curry, Clay, Iguodala, KD, and Draymond. That's the Warriors 5. Curry against Paul. Curry kicks to Thompson. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. That one is on Ariza.
Man, Thompson is phenomenal as a two-way player. A knockdown shooter from everywhere, challenged or unchallenged, and he defends at an elite level, too.
And the first one drops.
And with the Warriors, their ability to score in bunches really is unmatched throughout the league. They'll be going along with the team, and then all of a sudden they have that 20-point lead in like 3 minutes. It can happen so fast that I think at times the other teams are shell-shocked.
Pachulia, he's checked in for Andre Iguodala. So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe. And talking about the Warriors and their ability to build a lead very quickly, the shooting they have, Greg, is a very big part of how they can just bury a team.
It is. Their shooting, especially from deep, but also their defense. One kind of feeds the other in terms of how they can steamroll teams and create that momentum. And only the special teams can put a game away with a 5-minute run, but this is one that has consistently done it over the last 3 years.
Thompson outside. Green, the screen. They set the pick. Clock at 4. Here's Durant. Here's Curry. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. Capella's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Reza passes to Paul. Lets it go from 11. The Warriors pull it in. Outside Durant. And Curry has it in the corner. Back to Durant. Outside for Curry. Another miss by Curry.
And I wouldn't put it past him, guys, to eventually start hitting those, given what he did in the first half.
Count it, and the Warrior lead has been cut down to just 6 points with the basket from Eric Gordon.
Gordon has a fast release. You got to be up on him at all times. I mean, he's excellent shooting off the dribble.
And here is Curry after Eric Gordon hit the 3. Dishes to Green. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Ariza outside. We're in the 4th quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. Anderson with the screen for Gordon. Blanketed by the D. He fights to the rim for the layup. And now it's just a 4-point Warrior lead. Golden State's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the 4th quarter. Green, the screen. And the pass to Durant. Banked in off the glass.
Yeah, you look at the way Kevin Durant releases it so high. Makes it hard to block, which is why he's such an efficient inside scorer.
Now here's Gordon. Screen by Capella. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, that's the message they were sending with that foul. Nothing easy inside.
Shots.
That's good from Capella. James Harden, he's checked in for Eric Gordon. That's also good. So he hits both free throws.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
Yeah, they're making the most of their opportunities at the stripe, and they'll need to keep it up to take the lead.
Green, the screen. It's Curry outside. That's good. And a nice assist from Durant. Durant's got 3 assists now in this one.
There you go. That's the stroke we saw in the first half.
Now here's Paul. Lob pass to Capella.
Boy, the floor awareness of Chris Paul. Got to respect that. I mean, whenever one of his guys is open, he's getting the ball to him quickly and on time.
Curry dishes to Green. Picked by Pachulia. There's the screen. Green kicks to He dishes it to Pachulia, and they pick up 2. And the Warriors lead by 7.
And just great offensive execution by both sides, leaving nothing on the table.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Greg, both of these teams completely aligned, in sync right now. I mean, they are torching the Nets late in this ball game.
And so here is Houston following the score by Golden State.
And you might as well ride him, Kevin. When he's hot like that, feeling it, Capella needs to be written and written hard.
Here's Green. They get it back. Good work defensively by Capella.
That's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
Textbook defense all around. Nice job at contesting the shot without fouling, and that's how you do it. Well done.
Now here's Harden. It's stolen by Green. And here we go. Fast break. Curry's got it. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Curry's got 6 points in the quarter.
And Kevin, that 3-ball of Curry deadly. I mean,
a chance now to recognize our Jordan player of the game, Steph Curry.
Yeah, and his percentage from the field tonight, just amazing. He hadn't just been gunning. He's been picking his spots, and you need that kind of patience and discipline to shoot as well as he had.
He sure has given this crowd a treat tonight. This kind of performance only cements his status as a fan favorite. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Well, guys, over that last break, I listened to Mike D'Antoni talk to his team. We tried to pep him up. He said, look, nobody said this was going to be a cakewalk. We knew they weren't going to back down or go away. So if we want this game, we got to take it from them. A lot of fire from Coach during that speech, Kevin.
And here's Thompson. James Harden getting it to go from deep. There's the pick. Now, here's Thompson. Outside Curry. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson.
And now they are probably too far ahead. It's going to be nearly impossible to get back in this one.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one, Greg. I mean, they're in a groove right now, up big, hard to envision them losing this lead.
Here is Anderson following the basket by Stephen Curry. Sinks it, and now they trail by just 4.
And this is why you love Ariza, Kevin. Doesn't shy away from taking and making the big shot.
A chance here to possibly put it out of reach.
This is when you really need to maintain your focus.
He hits the first one, and that puts them up by 5.
And the 7th pick back in that 09 draft. Amazing that 2 other point guards were selected right before him, one of whom is completely out of the league.
Second one is good. Being both at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Good work at the line to stretch that lead out a little bit.
Now a timeout called by Houston. They trail by 6. 29 seconds left to play here in the 4th. 29 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Harden's shot is off.
Boy, the defense was great. Superb, stellar, platinum level. Can't really contest that shot any better than that.
Shooting from Golden State, Klay Thompson. 2 shots.
So the first one drops, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And so he drops them both. It's an 8-point game. 24 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Anderson passes to Ariza. The three. Buries it. Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
And Anderson, boy, Kevin, is a key player for this squad. I mean, he prepares himself for these moments, delivering in a big way.
No choice but to foul there, but he's probably the last guy you want to see on the line.
But there was no time really to be selective. Stopping the clock was the priority.
He drops the first one, and that increases their lead to 6. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 7-point game. 16 seconds left in the fourth quarter. It's Ariza on the wing. Paul kicks to Anderson. Back to Ariza. Launches it. Buries it from outside.
And Ariza has great confidence in his shot. A dynamite catch and shoot play.
So it's a narrow victory for the Warriors, pulling out the W. It was a fantastic ball game, and they did a great job making sure it didn't get away from them late.
Yeah, I mean, they faced some challenges, but really held firm when they needed to. On both ends, just effective in terms of coming away with this win.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, Kevin. Z, you guys were playing a team that really gave you a great effort, but you were able to overcome that and get the win.
Well, we expected this kind of game from them, but we gotta do our thing. What we're doing, play our game. We have to bring the energy. That's the most important thing right now.
Zaza, thanks for your time, man. Congrats. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.